In this video, I'm going to go over the top 3 myths that you've most likely heard about singing, but are totally wrong. So let's sing something. La la la! There's so much bad information that kind of gets wrapped around YouTube or just through talking with other people and other singers. So I feel like it's kind of my job to go through and pick the top ones that I've heard and debunk them in some ways. It's like my job, right? Myth number 1, you are born a good or bad singer. All right, so I hate to break it to you, but you're not born with these special vocal cords that suddenly grow up and you can sing any note you want. Realistically, my vocal cords are actually really similar to your vocal cords. The only difference is that there's 2 muscles that control the vocal cords, and there's muscle memory. You're probably like, wait, I've heard of muscle memory before. Yes, muscle memory is when a muscle does something over and over again, it adapts and changes so that way it can do it easier. Well, if your family sucks at singing and you're hearing them sing over and over again as you're growing up, then you're going to mimic and train what you hear, and then you're kind of teaching your muscles not to sing so good. But if your family's really good at singing, then you hear it all the time, you're singing with them, you're practicing with them, you're training those muscles, and voila, you're a really good singer. So the idea that you are born a good singer because your family can sing and it's like in their genes, I could see how it could be thought that way, but realistically, it's just muscle memory. And in other words, that means blame your parents. It's all their fault. Yeah. Myth number 2, push from your diaphragm. You're probably right now like, did you just say push from your diaphragm is a myth? Yes, that's exactly what I just said. Do not push from your diaphragm. Here's why. Let me explain. The idea of pushing from your diaphragm is an old technique. It's really based off of the time when we were singing a lot of classical music. So you needed a lot of air, bottle it up, hold on to it, and then push because you had to sing this huge amount of music before you got a breath. Well, now we're singing pop music, contemporary music, and you take a breath like every sentence or sometimes even more often than that. You don't need all this air. So when you bottle up all this air into your diaphragm and then you push it all the way through with tension, you're gonna close up your throat, you're gonna close up your mouth, you're gonna cause all your muscles to tense up, and that's exactly the opposite of what you want when you're singing. It's gonna basically muffle your voice. So by not pushing from the diaphragm, by opening up that space, you're allowing the sound to come through more freely rather than forcing it out. Myth number 3, I'm an alto, therefore I can't sing high notes. So when you are decided to be an alto or a soprano or whatever it may be, know that you're actually just kind of being put in a temporary box. It doesn't mean that when you're an alto, you can't sing high notes. So when you're in a choir and you're, let's say, choir director, it is your job to take what you have to put together the voices and section them off so that way your piece comes out nice and even. So if you're given a huge group of sopranos, let's say, you can't cast every single one as a soprano, otherwise who's gonna sing the alto and who's gonna sing all the other parts? So what they do is they go through and they go, all right, you can sing this much, so I'm gonna put you here. You can sing these higher notes, so I'm gonna put you here. Doesn't mean that an alto can't sing soprano 1. No. So as you're telling yourself, oh, I'm alto, I'm soprano, oh, I can't sing low notes because I'm a soprano, that's not true. You actually can. It's just at that moment in that piece, you are better suited for soprano. Click here for all my tips, tricks, and vocal hacks. If you're new to singing and you want to improve really fast, then you're going to click this playlist right here because I made it for you. And come join me in my Facebook group. The link is down below. We do challenges and fun stuff, and you will love it. See you in the next song. La la la.